Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be taking a topic in the series of mathematics tutorial that I will be doing, and the topic is ratio and proportion. Ratio and proportion. So we're going to look at the basic principles of ratio and proportion that we need to know before we go on before we start solving any ratio and proportion question. So the first thing you need to know is that ratio is the comparison between two similar quantities, which is basically the definition for ratio. Ratio is the comparison between two similar quantities. So the second principle is that the ratio of 1 to 120 is usually written as 1 ratio 120. So let's say the ratio of 1 to something is usually written as 1 to that thing, 1 ratio that stuff. So in this case, 1 to 120 is written as 1 ratio 120. Ratios can be written in fraction, for example, which is in this example, 1 ratio 120 can be written as 1 over 120. So ratio can be written in fraction, which is 1, in this case, 1 over 120 for 1 ratio 120. Now, the fourth principle is that before you assume the ratio of two given numbers, you must make sure that the basic units are the same. Let's read through the fourth principle that we need to know. The units must be the same before a ratio can be stated. For example, the ratio of 7 centimeters and 10 centimeters. So in this case, the units are the same. That's why we can say 7 ratio 10. So you must first consider the base unit first. 7 centimeter to 10 centimeter and 10 centimeter. So you must consider this centimeter here as a centimeter. So we can conclude that this is 7 ratio 10. But if the base units are not the same, you need to convert one of the base units to make it the same. So which is pretty much in my second statement. But if otherwise, we can try to convert one unit from one to the other. Example, 7 centimeters and 2 meters. We need to find the ratio of 7 centimeters and 2 meters. Now, we're having centimeter, we're having meter, which basically the units are not the same. So we have to convert meters to centimeter, and then from there we can now find the ratio. So we have to either convert 7 centimeters to meter or 2 meters to centimeter. For the purpose of this example, I will be converting 2 meters to centimeter, which is 2 times 100, which is 200. Then we can now say that the ratio of 7 centimeters to 200 centimeters is 7 ratio 200. So let's do a brief recap. Firstly, ratio is the comparison between two similar quantities. Have that at the back of your mind. The ratio of 1 ratio 120 is written as 1 ratio 120. The ratio of 1 to 120 is written as 1 ratio 120. Have that in the back of your mind. Ratios can be expressed in fraction. Have that at the back of your mind. And also, when expressing ratios, you must make sure that the units are the same. I emphasize the units should be the same before you go ahead finding the ratio. The unit must be the same. If the units are not the same, try converting the units to making sure that both are the same. Let's go to example. So example 1 is express the ratio 5 centimeters to 2 meters in its simplest form. Now let me go slowly now. Express the ratio 5 centimeters to 2 meters in the simplest form. So firstly, we make sure that the units are the same, so that therefore I will convert 2 meters to centimeter. Looking at it, is 5 to 2, right? Yeah. Meters, centimeters, the units are not the same. So I need to make sure this meters is centimeter. So what I did is 2 meters is equals to 2 times 100 centimeters, which is 200 centimeters. So I converted 2 meters to 200 centimeters. Then I can now say 5 centimeters to 200 centimeters, which we can now express in ratio as 5 ratio 200. Now, as we have said earlier, that ratio can be expressed in fraction, which is 5 over 200, which is 1 over 40. Let's go to the second example. It says express the ratio of 4 ratio 1 over 4 in its lowest term. So 4 ratio 1 over 4, we can say it's equal to 4 divided by 1 over 4. Now, 4 divided by 1 over 4. So you say 4 multiplied, then you flip 4 from the denominator to the numerator and the numerator to the denominator. So which will be 4 multiplied by 4 over 1, which is equal to 16 over 1, which is equals to 16:1. So 16/1 is 16:1. And in the third example, which is number 3, the two lengths in the ratio 8:5, 8:5, which is 8:5. Sorry, two lengths are in the ratio 8:5, which is 8:5. If the first length is 120 meters, what is the second? If the first length is 120 meters, what is the second? Look at it clearly. So now we find what we are looking for is the second length, because they say if the first length is already 120, we already know the value of the first length, which is 120 meters. They say if you find the second. So what you basically do is you say 5, which is second here, over the first, which is 8. 5/8 multiplied by the first length, which will be 5/8 multiplied by 120, which will be 75 meters. Let's go to the fourth example, which is example number 4. Two speeds are in the ratio 12:7, which is 12:7. If the second is 21 kilometers per hour, what is the first? Now we're looking for the first, and we know the second. So what we do is 12/7 multiplied by the second, which is 21 kilometers. Note, 12/7 multiplied by 21 kilometers. So we'll be getting 36 kilometers. So let me quickly do a recap between example 3 and example 4. Example 3. Now we're finding the second length, because we're already given the first length, which is 120 meters. We're finding the second length. So what you need to do, pay attention carefully. Since we're finding the second length, we'll use the second value, which is 5 here, over 8 divided by 5 divided by 8, which is to be 5/8. Now multiplied by the first length, by the length you're given, the first length 120. That's how we did this. Now, because I'm finding, well, in the fourth example, we're finding the first speed. So we're going to be using the first, which is 12, divided by 7, which will be 12/7, multiplied by the second, which is 21 kilometers in this case. So that's how this are done. So pay attention to that. Now let's move to the proportion. Now we're trying to find the proportion. What is proportion? We want to try to find out or figure out the proportion in which we can share things. Things can be shared. So in this case, they say divide 1,100 pounds into 2 parts in the ratio 7:3. So when you are dividing something in ratio 7:3, which means that one of 7 is like we're looking for we're trying to compare two things together. We're trying to compare together the ratio of 7:3. So in this case, they said divide 1,100 pounds into 2 parts in the ratio of 7:3. So we're trying to divide 1,100 within the ratio of 7:3. So firstly, what you need to do is add up the ratios together. Add the ratios together, is 7 plus 3, which is equals to 10. Then divide the total number over the total ratio, which is 1,100 divided by 10. In this case, which is 110 pound. Now, after you get it, this will be the amount for each part, which means for one is equivalent to 1,100. For one is equals to 110 pound, right? So now then you multiply each ratio with the amount of each part. So now we want to find 7 in this ratio. Now we'll see 7 times 110, which will give us 770. Note, 7 multiplied by 110 will give us 770. For the 3 parts, we'll say 3 multiplied by 110, which is equal to 330 pounds. Let's go to the 6th example, which is an aircraft carries 2,880 liters of fuel distributed in 3 tanks in the ratio of 3:4. Find the quantity in each tank. So pay careful attention. So first of all, add the ratios together. So the total ratio will be 3 plus 5 plus 4, which is going to be equals to 12, right? Now, The next thing is you divide the total by the ratio, the total ratio. You divide the total number of liters by the total number of ratio, which is 2,880 in this case, divided by 12, which is equals to 240 liters, right? Yeah. So to find for each 240 liters. So now if you now want to find the three part here, we're going to say 3 multiplied by 240. The 240 we got here for each. So 3 multiplied by 240 will give us 720 liters. For the 5 part, 5 multiplied by 240, which will give us 1,200 liters. And for the 4 part, 4 multiplied by 240, which will give us 960 liters. So let's do a brief recap. Firstly, add the total ratios together, then divide the total you're having that you want to share between ratios, divide it by the total ratio, in which in this case 2,880 divided by that by 12, and then you multiply 3 by what you get here. Amount for each part, you multiply 3 multiply by this, 5 multiply by this, 4 multiply by this to get each individual part. Now this is more or less like saying another method. This another method is not written here. You can say 3 divided by the total, which is 12 here, multiply by 280 to get the ratio for 3 parts. Now you can also say 5 divided by the total, which is 12 here, multiply by 2,880 to get that, and likewise 4 divided by 12 times 2,880. So that's basically how to do it. That's another method. So, but the examples, I think they are helpful. Please try to solve the questions to be familiar with what you have been taught. These are questions that I've already prepared for you guys. The solutions are also available underneath. You can check the solution to know how you have been able to succeed in these questions. And also this note will be provided below. The link to this lecture notes will be provided below this video. So all you need to click the link, you can download the note, you can go through the note again so that you get familiar with it. And one of the things you must not forget, one of the things you must not forget is please subscribe to this channel, please and please and please, to get more videos from me. I'll be doing a couple of videos, so please subscribe to this channel. It will be helpful for you guys. Thank you for your time.